Hey Cutie Pies, I'm Lanikia and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Bold and Beautiful edition. Um, let's get right into it. Today is Thursday, May the 5th, 2022. Happy Cinco de Mayo. And okay, so scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this an 8 because there were certain parts of it that were entertaining to me. All right, so getting started, we see that I'm just gonna start with Zendaya and Paris. Get these four out of the way. So Zendaya and Paris pretty much goes over and she lets Zendaya know that I know we've been in this limbo with our relationship, which I'm confused on that in the first place. But we've been in limbo in our relationship, but I just want to let you know limbo is over. I don't want you. That's pretty much what Paris told him. And then they said, well, dang, I thought we were working on it or what, we were going to get back together or something. And she said, no. And he says, is it because um, you just don't want a relationship or it's someone else? And she said, it's someone else and you know him very well. And he said, who? And I said, please, Paris, don't do this. Do not do this. And she said, Carter. I said, girl, why are you always blowing up somebody's spot, especially when it comes to Carter? What's wrong with you? But Paris said, I'm going to get my man. So I'm going to go ahead and tell and let the truth be set us free. So I can get my man Carter. And because Paris really thinks Carter is in love with her. And the only reason he won't do it because he doesn't want to hurt Zendaya. So she's like, but if we go ahead and tell the truth or whatever, we can be together. Girl, that man don't want you. And we prove that he doesn't want you because Carter, while she's over here doing this to Zendaya, Carter is over here with Quinn. Now, we're done with Paris and Zendaya. No more of them. Carter is over here with Quinn, and so she come into the room or whatever. Which bracelet do you like? He tell her which one, and then they start talking about Eric and everything. She don't want to really talk. She's like, it is what it is. We're not gonna get into that, but let's talk about you in Paris. And she said, why did you get with Paris? She said, Paris. She the one who ran and told Brooke about us. And then that was a whole mess. Blowing up the spot number one for you, Paris. And she said, and then Paris is your ex-fiance's sister. What are you doing? And he said, listen, I wanted you, Quinn. I couldn't have you, and I was heartbroken, so I needed a distraction. And so Paris was there, and he said, no, I shouldn't have did it because I knew she was with Zendaya and all that. But he was like, but she was there. I was hurt. She was a distraction, so I went ahead and got with her as a rebound. I said, damn, you use Paris as just a rebound? I said, now, Carter, I could have swore that you liked this girl. But then I think back, and Carter has been telling Paris to marry Zendaya. He has been telling Paris to go be with Zendaya. And I said, well, maybe he was just being nice. And then Quinn proved that maybe he was just being nice because she says, I know you, Carter. She said, now listen, I understand why Paris is in love with you. I'm a grown married woman and I went back crazy over you. So the charisma, the look, like, I get it. She said, whoo, I get it. And I was like, okay, Quinn. But I don't know why I'm not attracted to Carter. Like, I understand why other people are attracted to him, but I personally am not attracted to him. Does that make sense? Anyways, so I was like, okay, Quinn, we get it. And he was like, Quinn, stop it. And so she was like, no, but I understand why she would want you and why she's in love with you and whatever. She said, but I also know you. And I know what you're saying without saying it. And she said, and what you're really saying is that you're not in love with her. She's in love with you, but you're not in love with her. And you know, he pretty much admitted it. He said, I told her to get with Zendaya. I told her to go ahead and, leave me alone and focus on Zendaya because he loves her and he's better for her or whatever. But she keeps saying, but she's in love with you. So Zendaya is a great guy. Zendaya is he's everything that a woman would want. But then there's you. And when she had to choose between the two, she went your route and Quinn was like, that's when Quinn was like, and I get why. And so Carter was just like, she wasn't nothing but like I feel like him and Quinn are close enough that he tells her the truth. And he was like, she was a rebound. And that's it. And when I said, well, you are rebounding this girl into catching feelings, sir. You should have left her alone because what you don't know is she over here done told your business or whatever. But I don't know. That's on Carter. That's on Carter, because you should have stopped trying to be nice and not hurt her feelings and just told her the truth. Like, girl, this ain't nothing but intimacy. There's no attached emotions, because she swears she and Carter are in love. And I was like, did he ever say I love you? Y'all tell me if he ever said I loved her. Because now that I think about it, I know she kept saying it, and I know she kept saying, don't fight your feelings and all that. But there were times when Carter was thinking about Paris, but it was intimacy. Intimacy. I don't know. I don't know. But he's over here telling Quinn she was nothing. But when Quinn finds out about Eric and Donna, I feel like Paris don't get involved with him, because he's gonna go right on back to Quinn, because she's gonna be wanting to get with Carter again. But anyways, that's just my opinion. All right, so moving right along, we see that all right, so they can go over to Sheila place. Now, Sheila is in her hotel room with Finn's stuff spread across the bed, just reminiscing and thinking about the night she shot him and everything. And Sheila does too much. Like, so Deacon comes and he knocks on the door, and she opens the door. She was like, what you want? What you doing here? That's exactly what the Forresters are saying to you. Like, why do you keep showing up? And so he says, I came to check on you to make sure you weren't doing anything crazy. And she was like, no, I'm good over here. And so then he was like, Sheila, what are you gonna, she was like, I need to see, Lee wouldn't let me see Finn, and I need to have a connection to him. And he was like, I know, but they're gonna find out the killers and all that. And she says, I need to see Hayes, because that's her connection to Finn. And he says, Sheila, don't do that. Like, she said, I'm going over to see my grandson. And he said, Sheila, I don't think this is a good idea. But Sheila don't listen to nobody. So Sheila goes on over there, even though Deacon told her, don't do this, ma'am. Forget it. Sheila wants to do it. She's going to do it. So Sheila goes over to Steffi's house. Now, Taylor and Steffi are talking, right? And Taylor is just so upset with herself, because she's like, I can't remember. I want to give Finn justice, because she loved him, and she can't believe he's gone, and she wants to get the person who killed him. And she said, so I can't believe I can't remember. But Taylor tells her, it'll come back to you, baby. You just got to relax and don't stress yourself out about it. You will get justice for Finn. Now, the baby starts talking, and so Steffi says, let me go and check on the kids. Now, once this happens, there's a knock at the door, and of course it's Sheila. And Taylor was like, what are you doing here? And Sheila says, I have to see Hayes. He's my only connection to Finn, and I have to see him. Please, Taylor, please help me. And so Taylor lets her in, and she tells Sheila, Steffi is not going to like this. She's not going to let you see him. She says, Lee won't let me go to the hospital. She wouldn't let me see Finn and get, that last goodbye. And I'm like, Sheila, you don't deserve that. The nerve of Sheila to have killed Finn, shot Steffi, and still play victim. Like, girl, what is wrong with you? So anyways, Steffi comes out, and Taylor asks Sheila, you're not thinking about harming yourself or anything? She says, no, I just want to see Finn. I want to see Hayes. I want to have the connection to Finn. So Steffi comes out, and she's like, what is she doing here? And Sheila is just like, I'm Finn's mother. I'm Hayes' grandmother, and I would like to see him. And Steffi said, you will never see him. And she telling her mama, like, why you let her in? Because you already knew the answer to these. You know she's not going to get to see him. And so she can go. And Sheila tries to, to reach out to Steffi to have Steffi show some kind of compassion for her. But Steffi says, listen, I know we both lost Finn, but that ain't got nothing to do with Hayes. You're not seeing him. And Taylor tried to say, well, that's his grandmother. And she says, Mom, you already know the answer is no. And so Sheila said, oh, I understand. I just want to tell you, Steffi, I'm terribly, terribly sorry for your loss and mine. Even Sheila couldn't give that to Steffi, where she just be like, I'm sorry for your loss. She had to add that it was her loss too in there. And so she said, I'll go. So Sheila about to leave, and Steffi said, wait. And Steffi looked to the side, and you could see she's having a memory or whatever. And she said, you're not going anywhere, Sheila. And the flashing light thing went on, where they're connecting the dots from whatever Steffi saw in the alley to Sheila. And so I was like, see, This is why you should have stayed at the hotel. You should have stayed at the hotel where Steffi wasn't remembering anything. But no, you had to try to come over there. And she had told Taylor earlier, I was going to call, but I figured the answer would be no. You're right, the answer was going to be no. But okay, Sheila, do what you want to do. So anyways, that was the Bold and the Beautiful today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow for the final episode of the week.